Okay. Also, while I was away, may have seen this. New photos were released of Joe Biden and Hunter meeting with Chinese officials in 2013. Biden was VP then. And they were gotten by the America First legal organization. Okay. Here are the photos. Now, Biden said, oh, no, I had nothing to do with my son's business in China. A bunch of bull. Hunter Biden was a partner for a Chinese-based equity fund, PERM, named BHR Partners. So he was in on it. He was making millions of dollars. And why was he in on it? Because of his father. That's why. And the father goes, Biden goes, no, I had nothing to do with it. Well, what do I explain those pictures? He's never going to explain them. So that raises the question, what's going to happen to Joe Biden once he leaves office? Is there going to be an investigation into all of this? Are we ever going to know the full story? Joining us now, Tallahassee, Florida, Peter Schweitzer, author of Blood Money, Why the Powerful Turn a Blind Eye While China Kills Americans. He's the president of Government Accountability Initiative, and he does a podcast called Drill Down, which is about dentistry, I believe. Right, Peter? You getting into drilling down?
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. That's right.
I have a very provocative question for you, and then we'll get into what we know and what we don't know. You watch this stuff as much as anybody does on the planet. Do you believe that Joe Biden took money while vice president, possibly president, from his son and brother, that he took cash? Do you believe it?
Yes, and I think there's some evidence for that. That we do know that there were checks that his brother, James Biden, wrote to Joe Biden. This is shortly after he was vice president. And we also know that within the family, these LLCs, they set up these structures of LLCs that shifted a lot of money around, and it's very hard to know where it ends up. So I believe there's evidence for it. I believe he did it. I would also add, Bill, let's remember the federal laws on bribery involving public officials say that if I pay Senator Bill O'Reilly from New York for a favor, or I pay Bill O'Reilly's kids, it doesn't matter in the eyes of the law. So ultimately, whether Joe Biden got paid in the end or not, as far as the law is concerned, is irrelevant. The family got paid, and I would argue that is directly connected to decisions that Joe Biden made.
All right, but it's relevant to me. I want to know if the vice president and president of the United States took cash. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And if he did take the cash, he didn't put it on his tax returns. So that's another federal felony. All right.
Correct.
So you believe
we know of $240,000 in two checks that James Biden sent to Joe Biden. We do know that for a fact, and
but we don't know where that money. We don't have a bank account where that money landed or anything like that, right?
Right. Correct.
All right. So we don't know what happened to the money. No, the checks were written, and I think James Biden at one point said he was repaying a loan. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, he said he repaid a loan, although the House Oversight Committee, who had the banking records of both the vice president and his brother, say there's no evidence that the first loan ever took place. That in other words, that Joe Biden actually sent $200,000 to his brother.
Now, James Comer, one of the Republican congresspeople leading a committee investigation, has a book coming out in a couple of weeks. I guess he's going to say what you're saying now. Maybe he'll advance the story a little bit. But when Joe Biden leaves office in 13 days, he then becomes a civilian. Do you anticipate the Trump administration is going to open up an investigation into bribery, tax evasion, these kinds of things?
Probably not. I think it's doubtful. We do know that Hunter Biden, in addition to the gun charges and the tax charges that people already know about, we do know the Department of Justice has said in filings in those cases that they continue to investigate Hunter Biden for violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, which means that he was doing the bidding, allegedly, of a foreign government or a foreign business without registering for the Justice Department.
That's small ball. I mean, to me, it's small ball. You say you don't think that the Trump administration is going to open a Justice Department investigation into Biden and Biden's money, the vice president, Why not?
No, I think it's for political reasons. I think that Team Trump has decided that they want to move forward. They don't want to dwell on these issues in the past. Trump, for all of his bombast, has always been a kind of forgive and forget kind of guy. So I just simply think it's not going to happen. They're going to move forward. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I
wouldn't
am.
the easiest way to be for Pam Bondi, and he'd have to be under the orders of Donald Trump, to appoint a special prosecutor on it, come on, to look into what happened so the American people will get a little closure. I mean, that does, I know what you're saying, the New York Times and all these people, NBC News, oh, look at Trump, he's going to get the people. They've already set that up, the Trump vengeance scenario. It's already been set up. I know. But I think most Americans want to know if their vice president and president was bribed. And I think that a special counsel, and you can even get a Democrat to do it, just somebody with a good legal reputation. That's what I would do if I were president. Last word.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And look, the evidence is clear. Joe Biden and his family have lied repeatedly about this from the beginning. And if there was nothing that was done that was unethical or illegal, why would they lie so consistently and so blatantly about these commercial deals, about Joe Biden's involvement or their claim of lack of involvement, the fact that no money was transferred, et cetera, et cetera. So I agree with you. I think it's something that should be done for the purpose of clarity. Whether Joe Biden ends up pardoning himself before he leaves office, we need clarity and we need transparency.
If the federal government is going to have any credibility going forward. All right, Peter, we appreciate it. If you get anything new, please let us know, and have a happy new year.